Oh, now there's a sunset for you.
I don't see the sun. Where's it at?
It finally went down behind the horizon. They're seeing it somewhere else now. Direction. They could be. Hopefully they'll show up when
they've been going crazy. They don't know which way to go.
That is one very big building there, and this is a corporate farm. And we think this one might be chickens. And the name of the company, Joe said, Smart Chicken. I doubt if they sell it as that brand. It is a huge operation. They did learn years back that one of the ways to keep pollution down from these things is to space them. If you space them so far apart, the air pollution disperses. This is an example of one of those probably man-made lakes. And we're getting closer to town, so there are more houses out here. They do start stretching out beyond towns more and more, taking up more land than we would like to see, but you see it more in like Lincoln and Omaha, in the bigger areas where it's just stretched exponentially large. Local cemetery. They sleep peacefully. Actually, they're not in there at all. They're just their remains. So. This is Adams, Nebraska. Our kids went to school here for a couple of years. This is a nice, peaceful little town. It's well kept. This is car wash. You can see the school up there. It's now consolidated. It wasn't when the kids went here, but it is now. Now we're on 77 headed south back toward home. Of course, it's a ways to get there, about 30 miles. So we've taken you on quite a long trip. I got out of the house is the main thing. But this is 4-lane. This is between Beatrice and Lincoln. Lincoln is our state capital. We're on Birch Road, that said. Or I think it meant this is Birch Road that we're coming up on. Because the north-south roads are numbered on the rural roads. And the east-west roads are named after trees. At least in Gage County, which is where we live. I had to map out pretty much the county when I was with the Red Cross for a disaster plan in case, so that we would know which direction, where to go, and how to tell other people where to go, other coordinating agencies. Getting to see that sunset. there. You can see it. It's a pretty sunset. And the eastern, I can't really show you very well right now, but in the east, the way it's reflecting off the clouds is starting to look more violet on that side. That's one thing about being able to see all your horizons. This is our hospital when we come from the north. We're coming into Beatrice, and it is dusk. Just a good time for filming. Right at dusk. Scooters. This can be the longest light. Especially if you're wanting to go from the other direction. Now we're going to be staying in... Oh, it's out. We passed it. We passed the one we'll be staying in. Indian Creek. Believe it or not, that follows all the way down past... Well, I suppose you can believe it, but past Wymore and all the way down to... We've showed that lake a couple of times. We've been down there. It's Big Indian Lake. The creek feeds into there. It's just town. You've seen towns before. This whole thing here used to be called Storecraft Manufacturing. My husband used to work there. It's just gone. It went belly up. That was a sad thing for both the employees and the owners. It was a real sad situation. Anyway. Find a lot of our... I don't finish my sentences well. Find a lot of our eating places out that direction. Our fast foods. I think Joe's getting tired of driving. He likes driving, but that driving in the sun wore him out, didn't it? He's glad to be out of the sun. Oh, there's St. Joseph Church, or St. John's Church. I'm sorry, I'm not Lutheran or Catholic. I'm Baptist. I'm a Bible-thumping Baptist. That's what people call us anyway. That's Presbyterian Church. So, there's some beautiful churches in this town. So... There, St. Joseph is a Catholic church and school. Lutheran has a school too. So, this is still part of Beatrice Public Schools. But I think they just have offices in here now because they moved the middle school and the high school out toward the edge of town. Because the kids were just, they'd get part of the, they didn't have a large enough lunch facility, I don't think, at the time to feed all the kids, so they were able to take off at noon to go get their lunchtime. And there was a bit of shoplifting going on. So, I don't know that that's why they moved them out there, but it's one reason it could be. Yeah, there was a bit of shoplifting going on. I love this building here. That Court Street Plaza. Can't see it for the light. This has become more residential out this far. Coming up here, this is what I guess. This is the natural gas plant. We did a mock, when I was in nursing school, we did a mock disaster, and I had to lay face down on the ground. We did that mock disaster. I'm glad I was in my 20s, but I had to lay down on the ground, face down. I couldn't talk. I was supposed to be unresponsive. I had a big wound in my back, and they put these patch wounds on you, and so I had this big gash across my spine on my back, and so I had to be totally quiet. I couldn't give them any information. I had to do the 6-man lift on me so that they didn't bend anything. It was interesting. And I finally we were at the hospital for several hours going through this. I finally had to go to the bathroom. I just had to call it. I'm sorry, I gotta go to the bathroom. And that was about the time they ended the disaster drill anyway. But they do them every once in a while. I haven't had to be a victim of one for a while. I hope I never have to be.
Plus, you can't talk, right?
Yeah. All right, hush. I can be quiet when I didn't say one word the whole time.
I bet that was hard on you.
Well, they're seeing you laugh too. Yeah.
Good look at the end.
He's not all nice and sweet.
That's funny.
The camera's making you laugh more, isn't it? That's my favorite part of the day. Oh, now there's a sunset for you.
I don't see the sun. Where's it at?
It finally went down behind the horizon. They're seeing it somewhere else now. How much do you think we drove?
80 miles.
80 miles or so. It was fun. I enjoyed the outing. And we were on our way home. It'd be southwest of Wymore. There was, we could see the flames, and we knew it was a few miles away, so it was a big fire, and it stretched away, so we think it probably was a grass fire that got out of control. It does happen around here. Seems like every year. As long as it isn't a house with people in it. But there have been times when they've had to bring in 3 counties or 3 different fire departments. We hope they get that, hope and pray they get that under control quickly and that nobody gets hurt. So, but that was our day, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. And I hope we get to take more of them now that they say it's going to be nice weather. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one.